Hi everybody, welcome back to Black Magic Forkery. Let's start off with number 19. Alright fellas, I'm gonna need an explanation for this one real quick. There's a disturbance in the force. No, because why did they move where I zoomed in? Is it actually because you zoomed in? Or is it just coincidental that you zoomed in, something happened to disturb them in the water and they swam away from that area? I need you to follow up, point at other areas in the school of fish, show that it is the act of zooming in that's caused this, otherwise I'm gonna have a hard time believing it. Let's see. Some fish can see infrared light, and some cameras use infrared for autofocus. When the camera zoomed in, it may have sent out a beam of infrared that startled the fish. Huh, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so maybe it is that. I just wanna see, wait. Imagine the power that you could wield, though, by just like zooming in on different parts of the school of fish and they just swim out of the way. Why did you stop it at one? Maybe you have compassion for the fish. You didn't want to bother him. Octopus changing its color. I believe we may have seen this or something similar to it before, but yeah, dude, it's really cool that an octopus can just like super duper blend into its surroundings like crazy, crazy good. How do you, like, just like I can select a finger that I wish to move on my hand, it must just be the same thing with selecting colors that the octopus can be, but at the same time though, it's so many individual little areas of color gradients, and how does it choose exactly what color to make every little pigment cell on its body so that it can match the patterns of the areas around? What is it like to control that, to have that power? What are the brain waves like? Is it just in its head doing the math gift thing in order to make all of its cells go and do this color that it wants it to, or is it just, it's completely automatic? I can't fathom. I don't understand. Model airplane. Whoa, okay, wait, okay. So it's just doing the robot basically, but it's in the air. I guess if it's like a propeller, then you could in theory probably on something that's that light have a propeller that's just able to spin so like powerfully that it basically just acts like a helicopter at that point. Like it's not flying because of the pressure differential between above and below the wing. It's basically like maybe it's doing that when it's flying horizontally, but as soon as you tip it vertically, it's just a helicopter, pretty much. Whereas I think most prop planes can't really manage to just helicopter indefinitely. Like you can kind of go up and up and up, but then it stalls, but it's probably slightly different. It's still pretty cool though, just to see it like dancing in the air. The gateway to heck, known as Darvaza gas crater. Definitely seen footage of this before. I don't know if it was on this subreddit or another subreddit, but yeah, this place seems like it's like a place people go to. It's pretty cool. It's just forever burning because of gas coming out of the ground in this place. It's pretty wild. Maybe I'll go there one day if I ever travel. The older I get, and the more time goes by, the more reclusive I become though. So this may probably be the closest I'll ever be to actually looking at it, but it's pretty cool. It's probably a little toasty though, and I might get a little too hot around the, like sitting on the edge like that, and I'd be like, all right, I've had enough. Can we go back? I'm sweating a whole bunch and it's kind of uncomfy. A quite smooth outfit change. All right, this is gonna be some crazy magic trick. Yep, I don't know how you do that. Well done, good magic. Very, very well done. It's gotta be, it's the same outfit, right? It's like a dress that has some ability to just quickly flip between two colors, but it's really well disguised, so I can't still see the purple on it, which is very impressive. An Ibex climbs a steep dam. Damn, that's pretty steep. This is such high quality mountain climbing footage. What is this, planet Earth? How do you just stand on the edge of that? Good God. And it's, you know, humans, we kind of have to like grip things, right? Like I'm sure a climber could climb up that thing, but also you'd be like, you know, pretty tense and having to grip, whereas this, it's just like walking up. Somehow it's able to kind of just lean over the edge, have enough grip in its hooves and just kind of walk up. It'd be like challenging a climber, like climb this, but also you can't use your hands. You just kind of have to walk up. I don't know, maybe there's someone who could do it, but it'd probably be pretty tough. Liquefaction in action. That rhymes. More, actually, it's just the word. Is it a rhyme if one of the words is just part of the other word? Does that count? I've actually, total tangent, but I've struggled with that before in writing out lyrics to things. You know, does it have to have a different starting part that then rhymes at the end? Like, does it count if it's liquefaction and action when one is just part of the other? Sorry, anyway, like, totally wasn't part of the deal here, but I want to know what you think. And then this is what happens to your house in an earthquake. Oh, good. Oh, boy. It would be cooler if it wasn't that scary. Thinking about this happening to the foundation of your house, and then your house just cracks in half as the water comes up through the soil beneath your house and does bad things while the earth is shaking violently and everything is falling apart, and will eventually happen again here in LA. Making some real electronic music. Can I listen to this without copy strike? I'm gonna get a copy strike, and I said, hey, what's going on? And I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I get real hot and I get real high, and I said, I gotta stop this video before I get a copy strike. Okay, so that's an unpleasant sound. Maybe not gonna sample it for a synth in a song, but still, I don't know how it's working. Maybe this is just actually how synths work. It's the inside of an old analog synth. I don't know. But you just did it with office supplies and lots of electricity, and boy, that makes sounds. Rapping bicycles. It's just gonna. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. What the frick? There's gotta be is there a vacuum on the other side of where the person is standing in order to make it so that the plastic goes up? Is there some air current? There's gotta be some air current. It doesn't just unless it's static electricity and just. That is oddly satisfying, and what the frick? Tap water catching fire. What? Why would the water catch fire? Why would the water? There's something wrong with your tap water. It's not supposed to do that. It's definitely not supposed to do that. I'm pretty sure something's gone wrong here. There's been an issue. Okay, yeah, there's been an issue with the water here, and someone was just like, I wonder if the water really is this contaminated. Let me light it on fire. The water was this contaminated. I think that's a problem. My hose is leaking somehow. Okay, so it's leaking, right? There's water on the floor. I can see that there's water on the floor. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's definitely leaking. That's a leak. I still don't know what the black mat. Oh. It's I don't know where the black magic forkery is happening here. Oh. I see. It's not plugged into anything. Maybe there is a clever cut in here or something like that, where this isn't actually continuous video. It's been a little modified. I'm gonna need you to zoom out a little bit in order to make sure we're not playing with any editing here. That sort of trickery, that sort of forkery going on here. I'm looking at the comments here. This person is implying that there was a little bit of trickery, but apparently they were wrong. Disconnected the hose when I spotted a leak. When I returned, it was still spewing water. The two connections on each end are open. No water or pressure in the hose. I can blow air through the hose. I believe there's a tear in the hose that caused a pocket with pressure to form. So the actual outer rubber of the hose got filled with water, ballooned up, and then is squeezing out or something like that. Weird. A fish with a human face. What? Huh? Bro, what? What? Huh? Oh. Huh? What? What? Huh? This is post-production, right? There's something. It's either like it seems like when the fish kind of gets out of the water, it stops looking as human. It's like something that's a trick that's being played with the refraction or something. But and the fact that the video is kind of low resolution, it's a little bit Bigfoot-esque, slightly higher quality than general Bigfoot-esque stuff, but still it's a little bit unnerving and what the frick? What's wrong with your fish, dude? Preventing liquid overflow is to put a wooden spoon in the middle of the pot without covering it. Not exactly sure what that said, but... Huh. Okay. Interesting. Why... Whoa, what the frick? Yeah, why is your liquid doing that? Okay, that's interesting. Is that like when you cook pasta... and you turn up the heat a little bit too much and all of a sudden it starts to bubble up real high and you're like, whoa, okay, chill out. If you put the thing over that rather than turning down the heat, would that actually stop the thing? Spatula just said, no, don't you dare. Stop this instant. Don't you make a mess here. If I knew what they were cooking, maybe this would be good advice I could give to someone else, but not myself because I don't cook, obviously. So what is this? Looks like a lighter and... it has... Huh? There's, this has been gift a little bit too hard for me to figure things out, but they're heating something up, right? Like a little screw sticking out of a piece of concrete and then flicking it. You know, it's the flicking of a hard metal screw that just, I don't know why, like, that just seems painful to do. You ever stubbed your toe on like a screw or something like that? That's bad. Why would I flick it? That seems painful. And then you just make it molten hot and all of a sudden what? Who would even think to do this? You know, this hurts on its own. Let's boil it, make it 1,000 degrees and then flick it. And then something cool actually happened, but also, why'd you do it in the first place? Damn good flow. Oh, that's super cool. That's like surface tension or something like that. You know, that the water, you disrupted the flow and then the rest of the water, like the hydrogen bonds, it just started following. It was just like, oh, the other water is doing this? Oh, I got to stick to that water. And now it's going to all do that. And now can you reset it? Or did you just did this permanent now? Now the dam is never going to look as good as it did before. It was polished. It didn't have like any white caps in it or anything. It was just it was a very clean flow. And now it's got all that area, that air bubble below, behind the waterfall that you could go in, and it's never going to return to the way it was before. It's been permanently vandalized. Rock formation in Sarhij, west of Tabuk, Saudi Arabia, stands out as a landmark of the desert. Bro, it's just balancing on a little, it's like one of those, those like eagle kind of desktop things that it's like it balances on a beak. You know, it's got like the little beak that it balances on inside the holder, but like the center of gravity seems super like it'd be way in the back, but actually the center of gravity is right under the beak because it's so loaded with weight in the beak. It looks like, they just removed the body and it's just standing there. It's just the beak of the eagle. Of the desk toy. How does it even like form that way? Like it was a river millions of years ago and it just flowed through, kind of cut the bottom of the rock and it just stayed there. I'd be too scared to get too close to that. I'd be like, no, I'm gonna be the one that, like, my air currents from standing next to it are gonna cause this to fall on me. And not only am I gonna not be alive anymore, but the entirety of the country is going to hate me for blaming me for ruining a landmark. I'd be too scared to point the camera at it because somehow it's going to disturb it like the school of fish. The infrared light is going to scare the rock into falling. The water and streets are so clean you can't tell they're flooded until a car drives through. What the frick? Wait, how are they actually clean? Has this town never seen what floods look like before? Floods are generally gross. Like, there is just junk all over the place floating through the streets, and it's just an absolute mess. How is this place so clean? This is Boston? This is in Boston, it says on the video? There is no debris at all in the water? It's just, you could go snorkeling in there, you could see all the fish that have somehow washed up into here. What in the world? How is it so clear? Boston, what are you doing in order to keep the streets so clean? Please teach us. This is incredible. Well done, guys. Gandalf the Black. I can't remember if I just saw this in the interim of not making these videos, and this is the first time seeing it in the video, but I've definitely seen the clip before. Bro, there's definitely gotta be some like vape trick channels out there on YouTube. Maybe if not super popular on YouTube, 100% on TikTok. This is the sort of thing that seems like it would be absolutely made for TikTok. I don't know how much variation you can get with vape tricks, how many options you have, like if it's kind of limited to just rings or if there's other cool stuff that you can do with it, but it seems like it's just built for TikTok, and this probably has like 1 billion views on TikTok. I'm sure this very clip does, and it's wild. River of Sand in Saudi Arabia. Is it actually completely just dry sand? Because that's kind of terrifying. Like, if you got swept up with that, would you be able to actually, well, no, you'd probably be able to just chill on top, right? Because it'd be way denser than water. You could just like lay there, but also you would just get swept away so quickly. As long as you can stay on top of it. I don't know though. I don't know if like sand, when it's moving that way, all of a sudden you'd start to sink in it. Would it be like quicksand? Or would it just be something where you kind of like, you know, lay flat? Or would you have to actually swim in order to try to stay afloat? I haven't been accurately prepared for how to survive if I'm in a fast moving, flowing river of small solid objects like sand. I know in an avalanche you're kind of supposed to swim. That's kind of the closest thing that I could equate this to. But also, I hope I'm never in an avalanche, and I don't know if you treat this the same way, but how did that even happen? Where did that start? What's the deal? Okay, that's it for the last month of Black Magic Forkery. Make sure to check out our sponsor, the like button, and give it a click, and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more videos. That's it. I'll see you next time.